There are two percussion tracks in the demo we created, in the 007 theme at the end of the main video in this playlist. I described in another video the first track where the percussions were derived from white noise. But this one is interesting too because it's generated from basic virtual analog waveforms. Let's have a listen first. So as you can hear, it's a pretty complex preset. It's been designed by Matt Pike, who is a professional sound designer. We won't go into too deep details in this video, but I want to show you some important use cases which are present in this preset. And of course, if you have questions, feel free to ask in the comments list. Okay, so there are basically three different sounds which are played here. Let's call them kick, snare, and clicks. Let's first focus on the kick and snare. It is the first engine that is used to create those two sound sequence in this preset. So let's listen again with just these two elements. Okay, so as you can see and hear, Matt used three oscillators for these two sounds here. One for the kick, that's this one, and two for the snare, these two here. So if we disable the modulation of the volume here, which is done by this function, now we have only the kick playing. For that kick, Matt changed the coarse value, which basically defines the octave of the pitch that will be used for the kick. And of course, it's a low value because a kick has a low pitch. But as you can see, it's modulated quickly to add some high pitch resonance. Then to create this percussive feeling, all you need to do is to use a modulation that will quickly modify the volume of the oscillator. In this case, the modulator is this function here called function 1. But if you listen carefully, you'll hear that the pitch is not the pitch of a pure sine wave that would be fixed. And indeed, the pitch is also modulated with another function, which here is function 2 there. Okay, now let's listen to the snare that Matt created using oscillators 1 and 3. It's the combination of these two oscillators plus a noise source that gives the main character to this sound. The coarse pitch is modulated as well, as you can see here, with a complex function to add more singularity to the sound. Listen. And now if we recombine the three oscillators and add some compression, equalization, reverb, delay, etc., we get this interesting result. Okay, for what we call the click percussion, Matthew used oscillator 1 of the second engine for the main sound and oscillator 3 to modulate that sound's frequencies. Again, a volume modulation is also used to create this percussion effect. The frequency modulation adds brightness and gives this metallic feeling to the sound. Listen. Of course, there are a few more subtleties in this preset, and if you have questions, don't hesitate to ask in the comments list. Now, recombining the two engines and the effect, we get this. So, as you could see and hear, the power of this new generation of synthesizers allows you to generate very complex sounds merely using basic waveforms as sources. That's so amazing.